right, so you guys are just chiming in on this Josh Hamilton stuff, and let's see. Here we go. From the 651. Ooh! I lived in Raleigh, and Josh showed up at our door looking to score. I'm glad he is clean, but I've seen that guy down bad. Wow. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Wow, this is, I'll tell you what, you guys have really taken this in a lot of different places I didn't think we were going to go. Some wild text messages here. From the 682, we all make mistakes, Josh. We have to learn to forgive and forget. From the 469, we won game 6 due to Josh. From the 214, honestly, heartbreaking. What could have been is all I can think. He was great and was our guy, and that meant a lot. Let's see. Love Hamilton. The chant didn't work because, okay, y'all are doing too much. Y'all are doing too much.
Did you read all the text yet?
I mean, I'm reading some of them.
There was a lot.
It's a mixed bag. It's definitely
that's why I said people either hate him or love him. I think that's where Josh is at this point.
And I think a lot of it is, okay, so I guess the thing that's kind of popping out to me is that, and maybe Josh is being a little coy when he says that, you know, he didn't struggle. It was just isolated incidents. And yet from the tenor of the text messages here, sounds like it was a lot more than just isolated incidents.
Yeah. A lot.
Okay.
I'm not going to sit here and act like I've done the deep dive on his background of stuff he didn't do well, but I know the overall arching thing is people were not happy with Josh Hamilton and how he's handling himself off the baseball field for a while. This wasn't like, oh, this one thing happened and we'll forgive him. It was like a couple things and months and years of kind of how he was acting, and people were not fans of Josh Hamilton. I don't know if you already read some of them, but, you know, some people, like the first text we got, this makes me super happy and incredibly sad all at the same time hearing Josh talk about this stuff. He's still my favorite player of all time, true 5-tool player and the best player I've ever watched play the game. Nice. And then the very next text, he's a horrible human being. I hate that he constantly tries to pull the God card to try to excuse what he did in regards to drugs and his daughter.
You know, look, I
don't give two craps about him. I can't believe the Rangers still associate with him. The next text.
Well, I don't know that the Rangers do. Remember, Evan Grant is a Rangers beat writer. I mean, look, here's the thing. We haven't heard any mention, I mean, of you know, look, we go out to Globe Life Field.
Mm-hmm. No Josh Hamilton Day.
I haven't heard anything about a Josh Hamilton Day.
No jersey sales, no bobbleheads.
We haven't seen a Josh Hamilton bobblehead. We haven't seen any Josh Hamilton throwbacks. We haven't seen any Josh Hamilton City Connect jerseys. No. All right. I don't see him getting
Appreciation
inducted.
Night.
We don't see Josh Hamilton Appreciation Night. We haven't seen Josh Hamilton getting inducted to the Texas Rangers Hall of Fame. No. So
he's almost like a character. It's almost like a lore character. It's like you think of the home run derbies, you think of him, all the power, and then you think of the stuff off the field.
He truly is a polarizing figure.
Yep.
Right? Like, he truly is a polarizing figure in the sense that...
What do you think about this text? I've been a Josh Hamilton fan the whole time. Never wavered. He's a flawed human, but so are we all. So are all of us. Still the smoothest, most effortless swing I've ever seen. I'm probably closer to that take.
Here's the thing, and I guess this is where I'm kind of... And I guess this is where I'm taken aback by, in a way, right? So, look, you guys all know I'm still new to the DFW. I've been here a year plus. I like Josh Hamilton. Big Josh Smith fan, too, by the way.
Side note.
Just huge fan. But when it comes to Josh Hamilton, like, and I've said this before, like, I was a fan of Josh Hamilton when he got drafted by the Tampa Bay Rays. You know, I think he was the number 1 pick in the draft in 1999. And then, of course, we all know the story about, you know, him getting hooked on drugs after being at the tattoo parlor. Makes the comeback. And then, I remember where I was at when the video came out, and this is before internet video was a big thing. This is when, you know, phone videos were first starting to come out, and when he had the whipped cream incident at the bar, or whatever it was, and so that was when you kind of, and I'm not gonna say that was the beginning of the end, but that's when because look, we love reclamation stories in America. Mm-hmm. Okay, we love comeback stories in America, especially when it's somebody that was supposed to be great. Now, if you were just a good player or something like that, and you retire, come back, whatever, like, that's one thing. But I mean, Josh Hamilton was a freak of a baseball player, and there was a reason why that guy was number 1. And we've seen plenty of stories of guys that go number 1 and then never turn out to be squat. Then you throw in the fact that, okay, he had drug problem. And then he had, I mean, look, Josh had tattoos before. He's kind of like a Dennis Rodman in a way of baseball. There was nobody rocking
tatted
tattoos.
up.
There was nobody rocking tattoos the way Josh Hamilton was rocking tattoos, when he started his baseball career. So he had this mystique about him. And then, by the way.
That's when the sideburns came in. That's when he fell off.
Right? And so, and then, of course, obviously the Anaheim Angel thing went down, and he was terrible there, comes back, and just, again, was never the same guy. But, kind of like an who was it? I was talking about this the other day with CAC. Kind of a Terrell Davis light, right? Where he had a 5-6 year stretch where he was the baddest dude on the planet.
Yep.
Okay. And it wasn't necessarily injury that took him down. It was just kind of his own transgressions, right? Again, the situation with the daughter, anybody that's got a kid, and that's such a murky, ugly situation that on the outside looking in, it's just a bad look. You compound that with the way things ended with his career, and it's just not a good look. And I understand, as somebody who's dealt with his own addiction issues, where people get upset about when you do it under the guise of God, when everything is about, well, I've made peace with that. And look, to each their own. Because, again, at the end of the day, Josh Hamilton doesn't owe anybody an explanation. All right? At the end of the day, Josh Hamilton, and you can be as mad as you want, is he right with himself, and is he right with his family?
And there's a lot of people, I'm not calling any particular person out, but I'm just saying in general, there's a lot of people texting in or thinking who didn't text in or just around the world that have a lot of disparaging things to say about Josh Hamilton that have done way worse things.
Well, absolutely, right? I mean, it's the proverbial, coal calling the kettle black, right? And so, I don't know. Look, until, and this is not, I'm not giving the guy a pass or anything like that, but I will say this: when ask any drug addict, ask them how they are with money. Okay, I've yet to meet a drug addict that was good with money. Okay. You gave, and here's the thing: you don't have to be a drug addict. How many stories have we seen of athletes who hit it big and either never the same, go broke, whatever the case may be? All right, it's a tale as old as time. Let's sprinkle in a little drug addiction too, and then, oh, by the way, you're a freak of what you do, and oh, by the way, now you're beloved. So now now your ego's on high. You no pun intended. You've got more money than you can ever spend. And oh, by the way, you got a drug addiction, and who knows? Is your recovery right? Are you taking care of Are you taking care of business? Are you keeping your side of the street clean? There's so many factors that go into it when you couple drug addiction with also being a superstar athlete. That, again, I'm not giving the guy a pass, but I think it complicates things to where it's easy to be on the outside looking in and saying, "Wow, this guy's disgusting. He's taking this," and you don't know what that man's been through.
I'll conclude with this, a Bible verse, John 8:7. Let he who was out sin cast the first stone.
Yeah.
So that's all I gotta say.